Welcome to Leesburg Today's Daily Update for January 8th. I'm Kara Clark. Changes are continuing for Loudoun County government leadership staff. County Administrator Tim Hemstreet announced this morning that he has asked Department of Family Services Director Robert Chirles to temporarily head the county's Economic Development Department. The news comes on the heels of the resignation of former Director Larry Rosenstrauch and the retirement of Innovative Economic Development Manager Warren Howell. Chirles had planned to retire from his post in the spring, but was asked by Hemstreet to head the department on an interim basis. Replacing Chirles at the Department of Family Services will be Deputy Director Alan Grunwald, who has been with the department since 1993 and a county employee for 20 years. Both appointments are effective January 21st. Senator Mark Warner was making the rounds locally Friday. He stopped by the Leesburg Today office to meet with reporters and then was briefed on Northern Virginia Community College's GIS mapping program. Warner said it has been difficult to overcome deep partisan divides during his first year on Capitol Hill, but the former governor holds out better hope for Virginia as Republican Bob McDonnell prepares to take office.
As a former executive and a former governor, I do wish back towards the old days when I used to be in charge. It's one thing being in charge versus being the new guy in the Senate. You know, and I wish Governor McDonnell all the best. I mean, I think he ran a strong campaign. I think his transition so far has set exactly the right tone. My only hope for is that he'll govern the same way he campaigned and the same way he's run this transition. Trying to find that common ground, trying to focus on the economy and jobs. That ought to be the top priority at whatever level of government you serve, whether it's local, state, or federal. He's got to have to really look at where we can continue to find some spending cuts. And you know, the easier cuts and not so easy cuts have been made. You know, Dr. Templin here has indicated that Northern Virginia Community College has grown by 22%, and it's had its funding cut by 24%. So, you know, we've got to make sure we've maintained that well-educated workforce to compete. So balancing out all of these areas, trying to find even more efficiencies in government is going to be a real challenge. And I guess what I'd also urge the governor-elect to do is to make sure he finds that common ground. I mean, we don't need Richmond to be anywhere near as partisan as where I work right now at the U.S. Senate.
In Washington, Warner has focused on regulatory reform in the finance sector following the federal bailouts that occurred in late 2008 and in 2009, and promoting cost containment as part of the healthcare reform initiative. It was a mixed bag for the Leesburg Planning Commission Thursday night, as commissioners enthusiastically endorsed one application and unanimously denied another. Commissioners present recommended approval of a zoning ordinance amendment that would allow recreation facilities by right in the town's I-1 district. This comes on the heels of a recent ordinance change that allowed them by right in the I-1 if they encompassed less than 50% of the gross floor area, and by special exception if they exceeded that threshold. Commissioners and council members alike had pressed for a further change to continue to fill a glut of vacant office space in the area. In another move, commissioners unanimously rejected a proposal to allow A-frame or sandwich board signs outside the old and historic district. Commissioners said that allowing the signs in all businesses would lead to visual clutter and enforcement problems. Both items will now go to the Town Council, which will have final approval authority. On the County Planning Commission side, Broad Run Representative Bob Klancher was unanimously elected chairman during Thursday's meeting. Klancher is no stranger to the position, having served as chairman and vice chairman during the previous Board of Supervisors term. He served as vice chair under former chairman Peggy Mayo during the past year. At-large Commissioner Kevin Rudicelli takes up Klancher's former post, as commissioners unanimously elected him vice chairman. The County Planning Commission is set to see some changes in the coming month, with both Dulles Representative Sandra Shalhoub and Potomac Representative Chris Broderick announcing their departures. Supervisors Stevens Miller and Andrea McJimsey, who appointed Shalhoub and Broderick, will soon be bringing forward nominations for their replacements. For more on these and other stories, visit leesburgtoday.com. Have a great weekend.